This channel is proudly sponsored by Flux Fantasy, an anime-style alternate 1990s tabletop RPG, where you wield the power of chemistry to manipulate reality itself. Check out the core rulebook and many other things. You will find the links in the description and in the pinned comment. And the Red Room Publishing. Please check out the link to their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products. They have recently released Wretched Noir, a setting of stark contrasts and flickering hope for the free Wretched RPG. Check out this promo to one of their games. You will find the link in the description and in the pinned comment.
In the heart of darkness, where shadows waltz with unhinged madness, I have gazed into the abyss and found a truth so stark it burned my soul.
The Shadow War begins now. Are you ready for the new flesh?
Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring Array of Champions, the core rules. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this epic high fantasy tabletop RPG, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about Elves and the Frogfolk. Concerning Elves, they have the special ability of Elven Immortality. Elves do not age past their prime, and can only die from disease or unnatural means. As if the world desires for their continued existence, elves have damage resistance 1 to everything per 2 elf levels. You have other abilities such as Inexplicable Inclination. Supernatural attack actions from elves have an additional 5 feet of range. Elves gain an additional reaction per combat round. You have other things such as Motivational Rivalry. An elf may designate one individual their rival. While the rival is better than the elf gains 1 free reroll per day to use on any action. When they defeat their rival, they have 2 free rerolls per day when in combat. They also have improved signature weapon 2, Short Bow. Boost the damage die of short bow strike actions from elves by 1 step, for example d8 to d10, d10 to d12. If the short bow already has a base d12 damage die before applying this ability, then instead the attack deals an additional d12 damage. And these are just a few of the abilities of the elves. When it comes to the Frogfolk, you have the signature ability of Dual Breathing. Frogfolk can breathe underwater and above ground with equal ease. Furthermore, Frogfolk gain an additional 5 to their non-attack physical statistic. Frogfolk have vulnerability 10 to cold damage. This vulnerability decreases by 1 per 2 Frogfolk levels. Lastly, Frogfolk have 1 free reroll per day for every 5 Frogfolk levels. You have abilities such as Acid Healing. Frogfolk have 5 acid immunity and convert 10% of the acid damage they would have suffered into healing. They also have Nothing is Standing in Your Way. Once per day, the Frogfolk may move through any enemies in the combat round. Each enemy ignored and moved through by Nothing is Standing in Your Way takes 1d3 irresistible damage per Frogfolk level. You also have Air Hop. Once per combat, a frog may perform a jump action while flying. And these are just a few of their abilities as well. This concludes this part of the review. In the next part, we are going to continue with this species of Array of Champions. When it comes to the elves, they feel like a superpowered version of the standard fantasy elf. But when it comes to the Frogfolk, they are definitely the strongest Frogfolk species that I have seen in fantasy tabletop RPGs. When it comes to the air hop, that's quite surprising and disturbing. Imagine that you are fighting a Frogfolk combatant, and suddenly that combatant uses the air to jump straight at you. That is certainly unexpected, and will definitely catch many enemies with their guard down. Thank you for watching this part of the review. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider becoming a member or use the super thanks button. You can also take a look at the pinned comment. This has been Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master. I am currently unavailable for professional sessions, but I will put my contact information in the description and in the pinned comment. For for when I am available again. And remember, in tabletop RPGs, you are not having a conversation about your characters, you are experiencing the game world as your characters. Once again, thank you and see you later.